Okay, so we'll start discussing this paper. This is the fifth test. Okay, so not the last one, but the week before. So I think it is only prokaryotic cells along with that other things. Okay, so now let us try to just move on with the questions. So 92nd question is this thing. So let us start understanding. So choose the correct following statements. Choose the correct out of the following statement. The cyanobacteria and eubacteria have different types of cell wall. Is it true or false? It is false basically. Cyanobacteria and eubacteria, they will have same kind of wall. What is the cell wall made up of in both these things? Cyanobacteria and eubacteria, what kind of cell wall do they have? Cyanobacteria and eubacteria have what kind of cell wall? Yeah, correct. Peptidoglycan. There is no difference between cell wall of archaea and cyanobacteria. Can we say that way? Is this statement correct? When you're talking about archaea and cyanobacteria, how are they different? Archaea will have, wait a minute, let me connect the pen first of all. Okay, yeah, right. The cell wall of archaea will be made up of what? Pseudopeptidoglycan. Or it will be made up of S chains. Whereas in case of eubacteria and cyanobacteria, you will get what? You will get, it will be made up of peptidoglycan. Okay, so that way it will be the case. So considering this thing, you cannot say that there is no difference between archaea and cyanobacteria. You cannot say there is no difference between archaea and eubacteria. Also, you cannot say. So there is no difference between cell wall of cyanobacteria and eubacteria. This is the correct statement. Cyanobacteria and eubacteria will have the same type of cell wall. Okay. Okay. So movement of two different substances through a carrier protein in the same direction is called as what? You have a carrier protein, substances are traveling. So if it is going in the same direction, what will you call it as? It is active transport. The active transport, not active transport. I'm just asking you. This is a facilitated diffusion level you would have studied. If two substances are going in the same direction, no, we use the word port. This is uniport. Uniport is only one substance going in one direction. So what will this be? What will this be? This one is called as what? Same side. Same side means what will be the answer? Symport. And this one is like opposite direction. So we call this as what? Antiport. Are we able to understand? So these are all methods of facilitated diffusion. What is facilitated diffusion? Whenever substances are moving with the help of protein without energy. Okay. So the answer here should be what? Movement of two different substances through a carrier protein in the same direction is called as. What will be the answer here? It is hidden. So can you just tell me the answer? தேவானந்த் இன்னும் தப்பு தப்பா சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கான். Two different substances போட்டிருக்குல்ல. Read the question properly. இன்னமும் தப்பு தேவானந்த். Same direction சொல்லு. Two different substances Symport is the right answer. What are chromatophores அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாங்க. So when you are talking about chromatophores, what is chromatophore? You have mesosome. Okay. Some of these mesosomes will contain only pigments. So some of these some of these mesosomes, if they are containing only what? Pigments, we call them as what? We call them as chromatophores. What is mesosome? Mesosomes are extensions of the plasma membrane. Normally they will contain what? Vesicles, tubules. Okay, and they will have enzymes and all will be there. So this is normal mesosome. But when mesosome is containing pigments, we call them as chromatophores. Are these things found in all the bacteria? No, only cyanobacteria and photosynthesizing bacteria. So only these things will have this chromatophores. Are we able to understand? So the chromatophores will be present only in what? It will be present only in cyanobacteria or photosynthesizing bacteria. Other bacteria will not have chromatophores. What are chromatophores? Chromatophores are pigments, pigment containing mesosomes. So what are they? So they are vesicles that store pigments in prokaryotic cell. Extension of membrane in cyanobacteria. Colored pigments present in fluorescent bacteria. Present in lipopolysaccharide layer of gram-negative bacteria. It should be. It's not gum-negative, it's gram-negative bacteria. Okay, so you can surely tell that D is a wrong answer. They are colored pigments present in fluorescent bacteria. They are not the pigments. They contain pigments. Okay, are they extensions on membrane in cyanobacteria? They are extensions of membrane in cyanobacteria can be a correct answer, but if you are like trying to see this, it will store pigments in prokaryotic cells. So chromatophores are the structures that will store the pigment. You might be carried away by this word cyanobacteria. Okay, but you're like talking about it. What are they exactly? They will store pigments in prokaryotic cells. So here, if you are seeing things, so chromatophores are not pigments. They are made up of pigments. That is why this answer is wrong. Chromatophores are colored pigments present in fluorescent bacteria. If you're choosing this thing, then the problem is like you're telling chromatophores are colored pigments. So that is wrong. So they are pigments found. They are vesicles that will contain what? Pigment. Okay, the figures of Koch cells as seen by Robert Hooke were published in the book what? Okay, so this is a factual question. This guy Robert Hooke wrote a book called as Micrographia. This is something that you need to know that thing. Micrographia is a book written by Robert Hooke. So the answer is Micrographia. Who wrote Genera plantarum? Species plantarum? Any idea? Genera plantarum was written by Linnaeus. Okay. Species plantarum. Species plantarum also Linnaeus. Origin of species. Origin of species is written by, we all know the answer, Charles Darwin. Okay, so and then like Micrographia is by Robert Hooke. Okay, so I think 95 is done. So now let us move on to the next one. Which of the following may indicate virulence of bacteria? Okay. So there are many things which will indicate virulence of a bacteria. Okay, what is the meaning of virulence? Toxicity. So to consider it as a foreign particle. So there are many things which will cause virulence, as in like a bacteria can be considered as virulent when in some cases. It is all dependent on proteins which are present in the surface. The protein can be in the layer of glycocalyx. This is one thing. Okay. Or the proteins can be there in the cell wall. So these structures can hold the proteins which can make it as toxic. Sometimes it can be there in flagella. Okay, so these are the three conditions. So in these three things, if suppose if the proteins are present, a specific type of protein are present, then we can consider that as virulent. But normally, if you're talking about virulent strains, it is usually the glycocalyx. Okay, so you have this thing. So you have this rough strain and smooth strain. Smooth strain will not have a capsule. Rough strain will have a capsule. Okay, so what will happen is normally, ulta. Smooth strain will have a capsule, rough strain will have no capsule. So rough strain will be relatively less virulent because it will not be protecting. So the bacteria will be killed. So in case of smooth case, if it is having a capsule, this will make it as a virulent state. So you have this bacteria which is called as Streptococcus pneumoniae. In the Streptococcus pneumoniae, there are two strains. One is what we call it as a rough strain, and the other one is called as a smooth strain. Okay. The one which will cause pneumonia. Yeah. The Streptococcus pneumonia is like going to cause pneumonia. So, pneumonia is a type of fever. So, when the Streptococcus pneumonia is there, there are two strains. One which is capable of causing the disease. The other one which is not capable of causing the disease. If something is capable of causing the disease, we call it as virulent. Okay. Something is not capable of causing the disease, we call it as a less virulent or non-virulent. Usually, if you are going to inject someone with rough Streptococcus pneumoniae, they will not get disease. Why? Because it is less virulent. If you are going to inject someone with the smooth one, they will die. Why? Because that is virulent. Virulent means it is capable of causing the disease and it will create trouble. Okay. What is making this particular thing virulent is the capsule. You have the glycocalyx layer. So bacteria is there outside whether it is having the glycocalyx or not, which is a capsule layer. If it is present, this will protect the cell. So they will not die in the defense system. On the contrary, if it is a rough strain, that glycocalyx will not be there. When glycocalyx is not there, this will easily die. So since it is dying, it is called as non-virulent. Since it is protecting it and it is allowing the bacteria to survive, which is causing the disease, we call it as virulent. Are we able to understand? So which is the major part? It is the capsule which is making it. Okay, here they are asking, which of the following may indicate virulence of a bacteria? The presence of inclusion body by volutin, no, that is not there. Volutin is not related to it. Presence of sulfur granules, no, that is also not there. Presence of capsule, yes, that is the reason. And presence of peptidoglycan, every bacteria will have peptidoglycan. So that is not specially going to cause virulence. Are we able to understand? Yes or no? Okay. So usually please understand that the point, I mean like what is making a bacteria dangerous? It can be either the glycocalyx or the cell wall proteins or flagella. These are the three things, proteins on the surface. That is what will make it as poisonous or which will create trouble. Moving on further, 97th question. Which of the following is not commonly found in the cell wall of higher plants is the question. Okay. So please understand lignin, cellulose and pectin are found normally. Galactans is not found in all plants. It is found only in the lower ones which are algae. Galactans are found in algae, so they are not considered to be higher plants. Okay, higher plants are the ones which have the vascular tissue. Okay, the ones which will have vascular tissues like xylem and phloem, they are called as the higher plants. So here in this case, galactans is present in algae, pectin, lignin, cellulose are all found in all the plants. Okay, so there is a question, sir. So do they use non-virulent bacteria in active vaccines? If it is non-virulent, we don't need a vaccine for it. If a bacteria is non-virulent, we will not inject them as vaccine at all. because they are already non-virulent. It is not going to cause disease. Which structures in prokaryote does the function of mitochondria? Whatever is going to do the mitochondria's work is done by who? It is the mesosomes. Mesosomes are the ones which will contain energy producing particles. So the oxidation usually will happen in mesosomes. Mesosomes are involved in respiration in prokaryotes. It is not cell wall, it is not ribosomes, it is not nucleoid. This is taken directly from the textbook, only one line. They would have given this line, mesosomes are involved in respiration in prokaryotes. You should know that mitochondria is involved in respiration, and you should be able to guess the answer. Moving further, glycocalyx of a bacterial cell may occur in the form of loose sheet. When it is loose, we call it as what? The glycocalyx, when it is loose, we will call it as what? Slime layer. And if it is tough, thick and tough, we call it as what? We call it as capsule. Okay. Capsule is when it is thick. Remember that capsule is thick. The moment you understand that capsule is thick, the other one naturally becomes slime layer. Okay, so the next one. The cell theory is not applicable for who? So in this case, algae has cells, fungi has cells, lichen has cells, viruses are not cells. So you cannot really talk about cell theory and virus. So virus, viroids, and prions will not come under the cell theory. Can you call mycoplasma as part of the cell theory? Can you say that mycoplasma is like kind of part of cell theory? Who is saying no? Mycoplasma is also cell, man. Unicellular prokaryote. Mycoplasma is unicellular prokaryotic organism. So you can really say that they are part of the cell theory. They are also considered as cells only. Just that they will not have what? Mycoplasma lack dash. What will you fill it? Mycoplasma lack dash. You don't need options for it. If you are asking for options, you are not prepared. The answer is cell wall. Good. Okay, this is a question which is there. The true nucleus is generally absent in E. coli. Is this correct? Yes, the statement is correct. What is the reason that they have given an undifferentiated, undefined fibrillar nucleus without any limiting membrane is observed in prokaryotic cells? So what is that they are trying to tell? That the nucleus is not differentiated. Differentiated means what? Something different. Undefined, without any boundary. Fibrillar. Fibrillar means what? Like fibers. Okay. And then like nucleus, undifferentiated, undefined fibrillar nucleus without any nuclear membrane. That limiting membrane, that is the nuclear membrane, is observed in prokaryotic cells. So this is correct. So because of this reason only, your true nucleus is absent in E. coli. So assertion is also correct, reason is also correct, and the explanation is also correct. So the answer is A. Okay. So they are asking you, select the wrong statement. So here cyanobacteria lack flagella is true. All cyanobacteria will be floating only. They will not have flagella. Okay, that is a correct statement. Mycoplasma is a cell wall-less prokaryote. This just now we studied, so this is also correct. Okay, Pillai and Fimbriae are mainly involved in locomotion. Okay, Pillai and Fimbriae are not involved in locomotion. They are helpful in attachment. Okay, Pillai and Fimbriae are not structures involved in locomotion. So this is a wrong statement. This first statement is correct, second statement is correct. Bacterial cell wall of archaea may be made up of pseudopeptidoglycan. Yes, it can be made up of pseudopeptidoglycan because you have studied that methanogens will be made up of what? Pseudopeptidoglycan. So this is also correct. A, B, D are correct. Which is wrong? C is wrong. What is the reason? Because they helpful in attachment, not in locomotion. Next one. Which of the following is not the function of mesosome? Okay. Mesosome increases the surface area. It will help in secretion. It will help in respiration. But they are not sites of protein synthesis. Which one is site of protein synthesis in a prokaryotic cell? Who will do the work of protein synthesis? The answer is ribosomes. Correct. Next one, which of the following is true about basal body of a prokaryotic flagella? Okay, you have a basal body of the prokaryotic flagella. So first, let us try to understand what is the difference between a prokaryotic flagella and eukaryotic flagella. This is very important. When you're talking about a prokaryotic flagella and eukaryotic flagella, the prokaryotic flagella will be attached to the membrane. The basal body will be attached to the membrane. You have a filament and a hook like this. Here in this eukaryotic flagella, the basal body will be there in the cytoplasm from where it is emerging. This is the first difference. Okay, here it is eukaryotic. This is prokaryotic. Here the protein which is making is what? What about the proteins? In prokaryotic, which one will make? What is the answer here? Dash proteins make prokaryotic flagella. The answer is flagellin. What about eukaryotic bacteria? What about eukaryotic? What protein? It is made up of microtubules. Microtubules are made up of what protein? It is made up of tubulin. Okay. So the next difference comes in terms of Energy usage. In case of prokaryotes, they will use proton force. To propel. Here they will use ATP to propel. Prokaryotic flagella will have 360-degree rotation. This will not have 360 degree. Okay. So this is the difference, basic difference. So coming here, which of the following is true about the basal body of the prokaryotic flagella? They should be attached with plasma membrane. That is what we know. Okay, here it is related to the rings. Okay, so what is the thing that you should know in case of that particular case? You have rings. In case of gram positive, you will have a peptidoglycan layer followed by a plasma membrane. In case of a gram negative, what will gram positive this is? In case of a gram negative, you will have lipoprotein, yeah, three things are there. So now tell me how many will these have? This will have only gram positive will usually have how many in total? You will have two in total. Two rings will be there. One attached here and one attached here. As far as gram negative is concerned, you will have four rings. The four rings, what will happen? One, two here, two here. Okay, so that is the basic difference. So here the answer is in gram positive bacteria has two rings attached to the plasma membrane. Wrong. In gram positive bacteria, one ring is attached to the plasma membrane, one ring is attached to the cell wall. So A is wrong. Second one, in gram positive bacteria has two rings in total. This is a correct statement. Gram negative bacteria has two rings in total. This is a wrong statement because it has four rings in total. The gram positive bacteria has two inner rings and two outer rings. This is also wrong because the total number in gram positive is only two. Okay, gram positive has two, one attached to cell wall, other attached to plasma membrane. So that is the correct answer. What is that ring? That is what is the basal body. Basal body will be present in the form of rings. Next one, assertion, a plant cell bursts if placed in water. That is a wrong statement because plant cell will never burst because it has a cell wall. Okay. High turgor pressure causes bursting of plant cells. High turgor pressure will not be causing the bursting of that plant cell. What will cause? Lack of cell wall only will cause the bursting. Are we able to understand? So the answer is what? Both are wrong. Both assertion and reason are false. Plant cell, when you are keeping it in water, it will not burst because they have cell wall. High turgor pressure causes bursting of plant cells. No, it is not high turgor pressure which will cause the bursting. It is the lack of cell wall. The fruit softens and attains edible maturity due to what? Okay, so normally you have this middle lamella. Okay, that middle lamella will have what? This middle lamella will have pectate. Okay, so that pectate, when it is kind of lost, that is when it will become what? Ripe. So what is the difference between a raw fruit and a ripe fruit? It is basically raw fruit will contain what? Lots of pectate in it. Ripe fruit will not have pectate in it. Okay, so you can write it. Raw fruits have pectate in middle lamella. Okay, ripe fruits do not have pectate in middle lamella. Okay, have we written? So now we'll move on further. This is 106 is done. The correct sequence of layers in the bacterial envelope from outward to inward will be, naturally we know, glycocalyx, cell wall, plasma membrane. Okay, you check the answers. These two options I'll eliminate. If you're seeing here, the preferred material for study of the structure of a cell membrane. Normally, we use only RBC cells for this case. Okay, so whenever you are studying about a cell membrane, the most preferred structure is RBC. Why? Because RBC does not have any other membrane. What muscle cell are? It is RBC humans. Why? Organelles. So if you're inside which, what will be there? No Golgi body. There is no endomembrane system fully. So all these things are like will not be there. So because the endomembrane system is not there, there is no what is the basic thing that we need is we need so that assurance is got in which cell. RBCs are the most preferred cells. Are we able to understand the like Q solution? Because of its simpler structure, RBCs are ideal cells for studying the skeleton that supports the membrane in all cells. Are we able to understand? So it is because of the lack of endomembrane system also. the false statement. So which means, A, is it Nova? And how did you respond? Still it is the same condition or no? No, okay, okay. Okay, so they're asking for a false statement. So now tell me which is the false statement. Plasmodesmata are cytoplasmic connections between cells. This is a correct statement. One cell is there, the other cell is there. The connection between the two cells is called as plasmodesmata. This is correct. The first sentence is correct. Cell membrane is a semi-permeable membrane or selectively permeable. Cell membrane is semi-permeable. Ribosomes are or trioles. Do not have what? Membrane. Organelles of the cell. So the wrong statement is only C. Okay. Is it audible now? So moving on further, which of the property is the property of prokaryotic flagella? The movement of flagella is bending in is ATP driven proton motifs. It is made up of a protein called as tubulin. This is also wrong. It is made up of flagellin. I think we saw this question. So I think now you should be able to answer it. Okay. Unicellular microscopic. So you have unicellular microscopic organisms. So the answer will be like here is Leeuwenhoek. Most of you might be thinking that it is Robert Hooke. Why Robert Hooke is the wrong answer? Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me why Robert Hooke is the wrong answer? He did not study unicellular cell. Okay, he did not study about a unicellular cell. Koch cells are, he studied about compartments. He studied about multicellular structures. Cork cell is coming from plant, which is a multicellular structure. Anton von Leeuwenhoek studied in microbes. Okay, this is multicellular and they were dead. Here he studied about, Anton von Leeuwenhoek studied about microbes, which are unicellular structure. Excuse me. So moving on further, who concluded based on the studies in his plant tissues that the presence of cell wall was unique character of a plant cell? Who studied it? Was the question. So basically, who studied it? It is like Schleiden. Schleiden is the botanist. Okay. Rudolf Virchow is like kind of person who said that cell come from pre-existing cells. Theodor Schwann was a zoologist. So he found out all tissues of what? Animals. And he said that they were lacking cell wall. So they were like, this guy was trying to, Schwann was trying to study animal cells. Schleiden was studying plant cells. Robert Hooke studied about Koch. And then like Rudolf Virchow was the guy who said that cells come from pre-existing cells. Okay. So the answer is Schleiden. Which of the following is true about inclusion bodies? Okay. There is something that you should know. The gas vacuoles are inclusion bodies found in photosynthetic prokaryotes. Okay. The gas vacuoles that you are seeing is usually seen in higher plants. Wait. There is a problem in this question. A is correct. Actually, A is correct also. The statement A is correct. I think D is wrong. C is also wrong. Wait a minute. Okay, B is wrong for body called the sulfur granule. Sulfur granule unit membrane is absent. Okay, so this part is wrong also. C is also wrong. Not store reserve material me. Yes, what are inclusion bodies? So inclusion body is a reserve material where? Reserve material in if there is a problem in the question because A is correct, B is also correct, D is also correct. I think the question should be which of the following is false about inclusion body. Then the answer will be is correct and D is also correct. A is true, B is also true. There is something called a sulfur granule in some bacteria. Sulfur bacteria and all will have sulfur granules. D is also correct because they will store reserve material. That is also correct. Okay, only C is wrong because they are not covered by unit membrane. Let us see the solution. Inclusion bodies are not covered by a single unit membrane. So the question should be which of the following is false. Are you guys here with me? Okay, so this 113th question, there is a wrong thing. So the question should be what? Which of the following is false about? Then only the answer is C. The question is wrong. Okay, it should have been false. Only then C can be the correct answer. All the remaining three statements are what? They are correct. A is correct, B is correct, D is correct. Only C is wrong. Okay, which of the following is not part of prokaryotic flagella? We have already studied. Hook, basal body, filament and all is part of prokaryotic flagella. Tubulin is a protein which is present where? It is present in eukaryotic structure. So this is wrong. Which of the following is not the function of glycocalyx? We'll complete with 115. Which of the following is not a function of glycocalyx? It helps in photosynthesis is wrong. It provides virulence to some bacteria. We studied this thing. Yes. It allows bacteria to stick to surface. That is also yes. It gives additional protection. That is also yes. But which structure is going to help in photosynthesis? Can someone tell me which structure will help in? Which structure will help in photosynthesis? Mesosomes. Which mesosomes exactly? It is chromatophores. Chlorophyll எங்கடா இருக்கு பாக்டீரியால? Bacteria will not have. Okay, cyanobacteria might contain chlorophyll. You have chromatophores. Chromatophores are the structures that will help in photosynthesis. Okay, fine children, it's almost 10:45. We have completed till 115, which is like again 25 questions. Okay, so we'll continue it tomorrow. Can you show all the slides? Yes, I will show. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. Okay, thank you, children. First, Okay, fine then.